Rappers spend all day trying to create a mystique. Like NBA YoungBoy, there's a mystique about him. They're strategically creating this air of doubt and wondering. YoungBoy posts from 6 different pages. Like,
so you think he posts from his fan pages?
YoungBoy's called me up and said, "Yo, give me your password. I'm going live on your page." Like, the mystique of it is just not going from his page. You just don't know where you'll catch it.
You're very handsome in person.
You want me to take you on a date?
Do you want to take me on a date?
Yeah.
You can take me on a date. How old are you?
I'm 18.
I have a feeling we can go wherever we want to go, even with you being 18.
For sure.
Okay. Nipsey Hussle, his death, like how has that infected you or impacted you as a man, as a father, and someone very impactful in the industry?
I can't show fake love. I don't know him, but God bless his family, I guess.
Thank you.
Boy.
It's my beats. Girl.
21 Savage had the Fuck the Streets movement that he kind of has been promoting these last...
I don't even fuck about that. I am the streets. I love the streets. I come from the streets. I ain't on all that pussy ass shit. But about that, I ain't just like stopped about it. Same shit I've been on.
Do you put it up there in terms of like one of your best fashion moments?
You know, dirty ass nigga, big dog. I don't know nothing about fashion.
In his video, right? You go to the next one. He got a gun in his video, right? Man, you gotta dig a little deeper sometime, bro. All right, now look at his mama. His mama ain't no gangster, so how the fuck is he a gangster? That shit don't be adding up, bro.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try it at home. It's all entertainment.
It started with a video that looked way too real to question. A face people recognized instantly, a voice filled with emotion, and words that sounded like something you don't come back from. Within hours, it was everywhere. Millions of views, thousands of reposts, entire comment sections locked in on one idea: NBA YoungBoy had just declared war. But here's the problem. Nobody stopped to ask if any of it was actually real, because by the time people started questioning it, the story had already taken over the internet. And the truth? It's way more complicated than what you've been seeing. The clips hit social media like a shockwave. Short videos showing what looked like NBA YoungBoy on Instagram Live, emotional, angry, and speaking directly to the camera. The kind of energy that instantly grabs attention. His voice raised, his words sharp. And the message? It sounded like retaliation. Names were being mentioned. Cities were being called out. And one name kept coming up over and over again: All-Star Jr. Within minutes, those clips were everywhere. X, Instagram, YouTube, it didn't matter. People weren't just watching, they were reacting. Screenshots started spreading faster than the videos themselves. Captions got more dramatic with every repost. And suddenly, the narrative was locked in. YoungBoy had snapped. But there was one detail almost nobody paid attention to. Where did these clips actually come from? And more importantly, when were they recorded? Because that question changes everything. Once the clips went viral, the internet did what it always does. It filled in the gaps. And the version that spread the fastest was the most extreme one possible. People were saying NBA Ben 10 was gone. Others claimed he'd never recover. Some posts even described situations that sounded way worse than confirmed reality. And when you combine that kind of rumor with emotional footage of YoungBoy, it creates something powerful. Suddenly, it wasn't just a situation. It was a storyline. A brother reacting in real time. A crew preparing for retaliation. A city about to feel the consequences. Reaction channels jumped on it immediately. Every upload added fuel. And the longer there was no official response, the more people believed it had to be true. But the reality is, this story didn't start with those clips. It started days earlier, in a place most people weren't even paying attention to yet. The 8th of April, 2026, Houston, Texas. A restaurant and lounge called Confessions. What was supposed to be a normal night turned into something completely different in seconds. According to reports, it started with a confrontation. Multiple people approached one individual. Things got physical fast. And then, everything escalated. A weapon was drawn. Shots were fired, and chaos took over the entire. 2 people were hit. One of them, NBA Ben Tees. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Another victim was also seriously injured. Inside that moment, nothing was clear. Only one thing was certain. This wasn't just another incident. This was serious. And the person identified as the one who fired those shots? All-Star Jr. But his version of events told a completely different story. Because according to him, he didn't start anything. He was defending himself. And that's where everything begins to split into 2 different narratives. Long before that night, there were already tensions building. Not over music, not over clout, something personal. Rumors started circulating about a situation involving J. Prince Jr. and All-Star Jr. And in certain circles, that kind of situation carries weight. It's not something people just ignore. According to what spread online, there was already pressure between them before anyone even walked into confessions that night. So when they ended up in the same, it wasn't random. Then came the moment that changed everything. The chain. What might sound small to outsiders isn't small in that world. The story that took over the internet claimed that someone gave the signal, "Go take it." And once that happened, there was no going back. A group moved in. A fight broke out. And in seconds, it turned into something nobody could control. Because the chain didn't come off easily. And that detail, that's what changed the outcome. Because in the middle of that chaos, All-Star Jr. reached for something else. And what happened next is the reason we're even talking about this. After the shooting, the real situation was already serious. But online, it became something else entirely. Rumors started spreading almost immediately. People were saying Ben 10 wouldn't recover. Others pushed even more extreme claims. And once those ideas took hold, they didn't slow down. They multiplied. Every repost made it worse. Every comment added more speculation. And by the time accurate updates started coming out, it was too late. The internet had already decided what happened. So when those YoungBoy clips appeared, they didn't just go viral. They fit perfectly into the story people already believed. Emotion matched the rumors. Energy matched the narrative. And that's why nobody questioned it. Because it felt real. But then, something else happened that pushed everything even further. While the internet was still reacting, All-Star Jr. came back online. And what he posted made everything worse. The first images showed him in a jewelry store. New pieces. New energy. Like nothing even happened. The captions didn't calm anything down either. If anything, they escalated things. Then came the moment that really shifted the tone. The Ben 10 challenge. A viral trend built around the incident itself. And it spread fast. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Everywhere. To some people, it was disrespectful. To others, it was just content. But either way, it made the situation impossible to ignore. Then came music, diss tracks, subtle shots, direct callouts. At that point, this wasn't just an incident anymore. It was entertainment for the internet. And that's usually when things go too far. Because while all of this was happening publicly, something important was being overlooked. By the time everything peaked, most people believed 3 things were facts. That Ben 10 was gone. That YoungBoy had declared war. And that retaliation was already happening. But none of those were actually confirmed. In reality, Ben 10 was alive. Reports from people close to him said he was recovering, responsive, improving. The viral claims? Overstated. Then there's the biggest piece. The YoungBoy footage. No official confirmation. No verified timeline. No proof it was even recent. Some clips may have been old. Others possibly edited. And when those pieces get stitched together, it creates something that feels real, even if it isn't. Because presented the right way, emotion beats accuracy every time. The anger looked real. The voice sounded convincing. The timing felt perfect. And for millions of people watching, that was enough. Nobody paused to verify. Nobody waited for facts. because the story already made sense in their heads. And that's all it took, because in today's internet, perception moves faster than truth. And once people believe something, it's almost impossible to reverse. Even when new information comes out, even when details get corrected, the original version sticks. What makes this situation different isn't just what happened, it's how it was told. A real incident turned into something bigger. Rumors stacking on top of rumors. Clips adding emotion to something already misunderstood. And within days, it stopped being about facts altogether. It became a narrative, one shaped by reactions, amplified by algorithms, and fueled by people who never stopped to question it. Because the louder a story gets, the less people ask if it's true. And by the time the truth finally shows up, most people have already moved on to the next headline. The internet created a version of reality that didn't fully exist. So now the real question is, was this ever about facts? Or was it about what people were ready to believe from the start? Because once a story reaches that level, the truth doesn't spread nearly as fast as the narrative. And by the time it catches up, most people aren't even listening anymore. If you made it this far, you already see how fast things can get twisted online. But stories like this, they don't stop here. There's always another layer, another detail people missed, another situation about to blow up next. So if you want the real breakdowns without the noise, make sure you subscribe, because the next story might already be going viral right now.